NCIS brings back Michael Weatherly for season 24. Tony DiNozzo is finally coming home. For longtime NCIS fans, some announcements feel bigger than any season finale cliffhanger. They remind viewers why they fell in love with the series in the first place, bringing back familiar faces whose stories never truly felt finished. That is exactly what happened when CBS revealed that Michael Weatherly will officially return as the unforgettable Anthony Tony DiNozzo in season 24. After spending a decade away from the flagship series, Weatherly is stepping back into one of television's most beloved crime dramas. Better yet, this won't be a brief cameo or a nostalgic guest appearance. CBS has confirmed that Tony DiNozzo will be part of a season-long storyline, giving fans plenty of opportunities to reconnect with the quick-witted special agent who helped define NCIS during its early years. For viewers who have remained loyal through every cast change, every heartbreaking farewell, and every shocking twist, Tony's return feels like the beginning of a brand new chapter, rather than a simple reunion. When NCIS premiered, Tony DiNozzo quickly became much more than comic relief. His movie references, playful jokes, and effortless charm often lightened the mood after emotionally difficult cases. Beneath the humor, however, lived an incredibly talented investigator whose instincts repeatedly saved his teammates. Over 13 seasons, audiences watched Tony mature from an immature prankster into a dependable senior agent. His relationship with Gibbs taught him discipline. His friendships with McGee and Abby revealed his loyalty. And of course, his unforgettable romance with Ziva David became one of the greatest slow-burn love stories in television history. When Weatherly exited the series in 2016, his departure was emotional for both viewers and the characters left behind. Tony discovered that he and Ziva shared a daughter, Tali, following what everyone believed was Ziva's death. Choosing family over his career, he resigned from NCIS to raise their child. Although fans understood his decision, many never stopped hoping that Tony would someday walk back through the doors of the Navy Yard. Now, that wish is finally becoming reality. The timing couldn't be more exciting. Season 23 ended with enormous questions hanging over the NCIS team, leaving viewers desperate for answers. Rather than simply resolving those mysteries, Season 24 appears ready to raise the stakes even higher by bringing back one of the franchise's original stars. According to CBS, Weatherly's return will span much of the season instead of being limited to a single episode. While producers remain secretive about the exact storyline, the announcement alone has sparked countless fan theories. Will Tony return because the team needs his investigative skills? Has someone from his past resurfaced? Or does a new threat force him back into federal service after years away? At this point, almost anything seems possible. The announcement has also reignited discussion surrounding Tony's relationship with Ziva David. After all, fans spent years hoping the pair would finally find happiness together. Their complicated romance survived countless betrayals, dangerous missions, and international conspiracies before ultimately giving them the family they always deserved. Recent franchise developments explored their life together, but many viewers still wonder whether Ziva herself might eventually appear during season 24. CBS has remained silent regarding any involvement from Cote de Pablo, choosing instead to focus entirely on Weatherly's return. That hasn't stopped fans from speculating, however. Social media immediately filled with hopeful predictions that Tony's arrival could naturally lead to another Ziva appearance somewhere down the road. Whether that happens remains unknown, but the possibility alone has added another layer of excitement surrounding the new season. Michael Weatherly himself seemed just as thrilled to share the news. In a promotional video released alongside the official announcement, the actor appeared wearing Tony's signature confident smile as he confirmed that he would be returning this fall. His simple message instantly spread across social media, with fans celebrating the comeback and former cast members welcoming him back into the NCIS family. The enthusiastic reaction demonstrated just how deeply Tony DiNozzo remains connected to the show's identity. Even after 10 years away, audiences still consider him one of the defining members of the major case response team. Weatherly's return also arrives during an especially nostalgic period for the NCIS franchise. Another familiar face, Leroy Jethro Gibbs, portrayed by Mark Harmon, is also making a significant return to the franchise through NCIS Origins. Together, these announcements signal that CBS recognizes the enduring popularity of the show's original era while continuing to build its future. Instead of replacing the past, the franchise appears determined to celebrate it. That balance between honoring longtime viewers and attracting new audiences may prove to be one of Season 24's greatest strengths. Of course, returning after such a long absence won't be simple for Tony. The NCIS team has changed dramatically since he last worked alongside them. Many familiar colleagues have retired or moved on, while newer agents have established their own chemistry and traditions. Tony will have to find his place within a team that has evolved without him. That culture shock alone could provide plenty of entertaining moments. Imagine Tony attempting to reconnect with old friends while learning the habits of newer agents who only know him through stories. His trademark humor could once again become the perfect bridge between generations of NCIS investigators. Beyond the laughs, there is also tremendous emotional potential. Tony has experienced years of life outside federal law enforcement. He's become a father, built a different future, and undoubtedly carries experiences that viewers have never fully seen. Returning to NCIS means confronting memories of Gibbs, Ducky, Abby, and countless former teammates who helped shape his life. Some reunions will undoubtedly be joyful. Others may reopen emotional wounds that never completely healed. Those personal moments often define the very best episodes of NCIS, reminding viewers that the series has always been about family as much as solving crimes. Season 24, therefore, represents more than another year of investigations. It symbolizes a reunion between the series and one of its most iconic characters. Tony DiNozzo helped establish the heart, humor, and personality that turned NCIS into one of television's longest-running dramas. Bringing him back offers both nostalgia and exciting storytelling possibilities, giving longtime fans a reason to celebrate while introducing newer viewers to a character whose legacy still shapes the series today. After 10 long years, Tony is finally coming home. And if the excitement surrounding Michael Weatherly's return is any indication, Season 24 may become one of the most memorable chapters in NCIS history. NCIS brings back Michael Weatherly for Season 24. Part 2. What Tony DiNozzo's return could mean. The confirmation that Michael Weatherly is returning as Tony DiNozzo has done more than excite fans. It has completely changed the conversation surrounding NCIS Season 24. What was already expected to be another thrilling season has suddenly become one of the most anticipated chapters in the show's history. For many viewers, Tony isn't just another former agent returning for nostalgia. He's a character whose story still feels unfinished. One of the biggest questions surrounding his comeback is simple. Why now? When Tony left NCIS years ago, he made it clear that his priorities had changed. Learning that he had a daughter with Ziva David transformed his life overnight. Instead of chasing criminals around the world, he chose to become the father Tali deserved. It was one of the most heartfelt exits the series had ever written, allowing the character to leave on his own terms. Since then, fans have only received occasional updates about Tony's life. They knew he and Ziva eventually reunited and that the small family finally found the happiness they had been denied for so many years. But viewers never truly got to see what that new life looked like. Season 24 could finally change that. Rather than introducing Tony as the same wisecracking agent audiences remember, the series now has an opportunity to present a more mature version of the character. He's no longer simply the energetic investigator trying to impress Gibbs. He's a father, a partner, and someone whose priorities have evolved. That growth could make his return even more compelling. Of course, Tony's comeback wouldn't feel complete without reconnecting with the people who once felt like family. Although the NCIS office has changed dramatically over the years, there are still familiar faces who remember exactly what it was like working alongside him. Fans are already imagining the possibilities. Will there be an emotional reunion filled with hugs and laughter? Or will Tony arrive in the middle of a dangerous investigation, forcing everyone to focus on the mission before they have time to catch up? Either approach could create unforgettable television. The writers also have the chance to explore how much the agency itself has changed. Technology has advanced, investigative techniques have evolved, and the newest generation of agents operates differently than Tony did during his original run. Watching him adjust to modern NCIS procedures could provide plenty of humor while also highlighting how much both the character and the organization have grown. Another fascinating possibility is that Tony won't simply return as someone asking for help. Instead, he may arrive with answers. Perhaps he's been investigating an international criminal network while living overseas. Maybe he has uncovered information connected to a case that only NCIS can solve. Or perhaps an old enemy from his past resurfaces, forcing him to seek assistance from the team he once called home. That type of storyline would allow Tony to remain the capable investigator fans remember, while naturally bringing him back into the world of federal investigations. The emotional side of the story may prove just as important. Tony has always hidden his deepest feelings behind jokes and movie references. Throughout the original series, humor was often his shield against pain. But after everything he has experienced, including losing and finding Ziva again, becoming a father, and spending years away from his old friends, he may return as someone who has learned when to put the jokes aside. That emotional maturity could give Michael Weatherly some of his strongest material yet. It could also create powerful scenes with the newer generation of agents who may initially see Tony as a legend before discovering the very human struggles beneath his confident personality. There is also the question every longtime fan continues to ask, will Ziva appear? Although CBS has not announced any return for Cote de Pablo, speculation continues to grow with every new piece of promotional material. Even if Ziva doesn't appear immediately, many viewers believe the writers will at least reference her life with Tony, giving fans reassurance that the couple remains together and happy. A surprise appearance later in the season would undoubtedly become one of the biggest television moments of the year. Even if that doesn't happen, Tony's presence alone has the power to reconnect viewers with one of NCIS's most beloved eras. The series has successfully reinvented itself multiple times throughout its long run, introducing new characters while honoring those who came before. Bringing back Tony demonstrates that the show isn't afraid to celebrate its history while continuing to move forward. That balance is one of the reasons NCIS has remained one of television's most successful dramas for more than 2 decades. For Michael Weatherly, returning also marks something of a homecoming. After leaving the series to pursue other projects, including starring in Bull, many fans wondered if he would ever wear Tony DiNozzo's badge again. Now, that question has finally been answered. His enthusiasm during the announcement suggests that this isn't simply another acting job. It feels like an opportunity to revisit a character who helped define his career while giving fans the reunion they have requested for years. As production on season 24 continues, anticipation will only continue to grow. Every teaser, cast interview, and behind-the-scenes photo will likely be analyzed by eager fans searching for clues about Tony's role in the upcoming episodes. One thing is already certain: Michael Weatherly's return has transformed season 24 into must-watch television. Whether Tony returns to solve a major case, reunite with old friends, or confront unfinished business from his past, his arrival promises to bring heart, humor, and excitement back to the halls of NCIS. After years of waiting, fans are finally getting another chance to spend time with one of the franchise's most unforgettable characters, and that alone makes season 24 a milestone worth celebrating.